Oh my god, oh my god, what a mad final day in the Premier League. Oh, congratulations to Man City. Let's react to this. This was something sensational. There was battles all over the place.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Let's react to Premier League's last day fixtures. There was drama all over the place. Honestly, I did not expect it this way. I was actually out with all my cousins and my family having dinner, but I was keeping a track of the live scores, trying to catch a few clips here and there as well from multiple games. I was predominantly watching the Man City versus Aston Villa game, which was I can't believe what was going on there. I thought at a point, Man City had just absolutely bottled it. And maybe the quad was on the cards. And oh, man, thank God Man City came back. And this is the beauty about Man City. You're never dead. You're never dead. The way they play their football, you're always alive. As long as there's some minutes left, they're going to come back. But yes, of course, I was trying to watch a bit of Chelsea game as well. I wasn't totally interested, if I'm being absolutely honest. I did catch the highlights later on because, as I said, I was trying to focus on the Man City game. But let's talk about this final day, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start from Man City. First of all, kudos to Man City, champions once again. 4 out of the last 5 seasons, you have to say Pep Guardiola now. I mean, not just now. He's going to go down as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, manager of all time. We can't take this lightly. 4 out of the last 5 seasons. This is not something. This is unheard of. And I think there's some stats. Correct me if I'm wrong, ladies and gentlemen. That they've now won more Premier Leagues than Chelsea, or they might have equaled it, which is quite sensational from their perspective. Where they literally probably just like us, in recent history, where they've been bought by wealthy owners, and now they're just rewriting, well, not rewriting, creating their own history. But it was meant to be straightforward, and it wasn't. They went down 2-0. They went down 1-0, first of all, from, I think it was Matty Cash. And in the second half, Coutinho, of all the people, ex-Liverpool player, and you thought maybe Steven Gerrard was trying to do, righting the wrongs, I suppose from that Gerrard slip days. And you thought maybe they were going to do the trick for Liverpool. But Liverpool on the other side as well, they were drawing. They were actually losing 1-0, and then they came back to make a 1-1. But I think Wolves, from what I've just saw as I was flicking through so many different matches, they had enough chances to put Liverpool away, but Liverpool at the end ended up getting 3. But what a comeback from Man City. Ilkay Gundogan comes on and was sensational. I think they scored about 3 goals in 5 minutes, which was quite incredible. I just want to quickly, here we go. What's going on? There we go. Gundogan. So they were down 2-0, 37th minute, 69th minute, and then Gundogan comes on, scores on the 76th minute. Rodri with a nice finish as well. Seemed like it was a pass into goal. 78 minutes and 81st minute. Ilkay Gundogan just finding himself in that far post. Header first of all, and then the tap in. Incredible scenes. And then obviously they held on to win that match. And yeah, thank God Liverpool has been stopped for that quadruple. I mean, honestly, I would not have been able to take that, if I'm being absolutely honest. And what a bottle job that would have been. And these Liverpool supporters, they, as if they don't gloat enough, they would have been 100% unstoppable if they ended up winning. So yeah, kudos to Man City. Let's now talk about Arsenal and Spurs situation, which was also another incredible sort of battle that was going on. As you can see, Arsenal went on and smashed Everton 5-1. Everton really didn't have anything to play for anymore. They've secured their position. We'll talk a little bit about Everton as well, and all the teams that were in that relegation battle. But Spurs, as you can see, 5-0. There was absolutely no qualms about it, no concerns. They went on, did the job against the worst team in the league, and absolutely battered them at their own home ground of Norwich. Son Heung-min, Son Min-him, is that him? Anyway, Son, basically gone out there and equaled with Mo Salah as the top goal scorer. Son Heung-min, that's it. I wasn't Let's just call him Son. As you can see, 5-0, absolute demolition. Dejan Kulusevski, what a signing he's turned out to be. It just makes me think, had Chelsea just done some sort of business during January to, looking at that left wing back and even the right wing back position at least, maybe we could have been a little bit better than what we ended up being. But Spurs, ladies and gentlemen, getting top 4 finish. I want to talk a little bit about this because Antonio Conte, ladies and gentlemen, should not be taken lightly for next season. What an incredible turnaround this has been for Spurs from where they were, if I'm being absolutely honest, in the season when Antonio Conte came in. They were in disarray. Harry Kane was just not in form, was not scoring anything. Harry Kane literally was on holiday for half the season. And then even in January, they were losing games as well. They went through a streak of games where they were losing under Antonio Conte. They broke Antonio Conte at one stage where Antonio Conte was saying in press conference that I don't think I'm good enough. I need to be sacked. It was incredible scenes. And from that point, how they snatched top 4. Wow. Arsenal 100% bottled it. 100%. The cheek of Arsenal. Look, I don't want to banter them too much because every time I banter them this season, we ended up getting hurt. But I do want to say the cheek of this particular football club, several times this season, they were thinking about catching up to 3rd. And I kept on saying to the Arsenal fans on Twitter, calm yourselves down. Just focus on if you can try and get top 4. Don't worry about 3rd. But the cheek of them kept on talking about 3rd. And what ended up happening? They ended up coming 5th, bottling a massive lead. 2 games to go. They lost to Newcastle and Spurs. 3 games to score. 3 games to make it into top 4. It was all in their hands, as expressions would say. It was all in my hands from Don Robbie. And they lost against Spurs, lost against Newcastle, and from there it was out of their hands. And it literally just meant that Spurs, if they won or drew against Norwich, they would have been through. So look out for Antonio Conte next season. I think he's not going to be messing around. The fact that he's made it to the Champions League, I think he's going to be massively back this summer. We should all know about Antonio Conte, what he did with us. So he's a serious manager. Okay, Arsenal and Man United. Man United, what a pathetic season. 58 points, I think. One of the lowest tallies that they've ever had. And yeah, Europa League for them. They probably didn't even deserve Europa League. I wish West Ham had beaten Brighton. West Ham misses out on Europa League. They go to the Conference League. They should still be happy with that. Semi-finalists in the Europa League, now in the Conference League. I don't see how Declan Rice leaves. I don't see how Chelsea goes and buys him as well. I don't see anyone going out there and buying Declan Rice. He's probably going to have to endure it out in the Conference League, which is still good enough for West Ham. And I think the champions of Conference League ends up making to Europe as well, so they can see themselves in Europe again if they can do that. Brighton, what a strong season they've had as well. I think they've ended up finishing in the top half of the table as well. 9th, 51 points. Very, very good, as you can see in that table. Let's talk a little bit about Leeds. Leeds made it through. If I'm being honest, I don't think they deserved it. I don't think Leeds deserved to stay on. It should have been Burnley. Burnley lost at home to Newcastle. Newcastle's another team. Watch out for them next season. Newcastle ended up finishing 11th, just outside of top 10. There was a moment in December where they were dead. They didn't even have a win until probably January onwards, or maybe late December. Incredible scenes from them as well. Watch out for them. Bruno Guimaraes, they're going to keep adding over there, and they're going to be something to worry about next season in terms of breaking open that top 6. They'll definitely rattle some of the top teams. There's no doubt about that. So yeah, Leeds. Let's talk a little bit about this relegation battle area. This is how it all ended up at the bottom. Everton 39 points, Leeds 38 points, Burnley 35. If I'm being honest, Burnley probably looked the best out of them. How they just didn't make it at the end, I suppose it's due to their bad start. If they just got some more points in the beginning, they wouldn't have been in this mess. But yeah, Leeds is another one. Probably didn't deserve, to stay on. They did not look good. Under Marcelo Bielsa last season, it was one of my favorite teams, if I'm being honest. The way they played, Calvin Phillips, Bamford, Rafinha, Jack Harrison, I think. They played well, man. They had some really decent, but this season it's just all gone sideways. But now with Jesse Marsch, they've already, I think, in line to buy someone from Red Bull Leipzig. Let's see what they can do. Rafinha stays on in the Premier League. Whether he moves now, I don't know. We'll see what happens there. Everton, look, massive congratulations to Frank Lampard and Everton. For him to turn this around, I thought they were going to get relegated. Really, they probably should have, but they've got some big wins. They got victory against us, Man United, I think Leicester, a couple of other ones to keep them afloat. And as I said, in that last game against Arsenal just didn't mean anything. It'll be very interesting to see what happens to Frank Lampard next season. There's some big concerns about Everton financially. As you know, Leeds and Burnley have filed a complaint on Everton because they've got a lot of financial losses, and I think they could get done with the financial fair play situation. So watch this space about Everton, what they can do in the transfer window. I don't think they can do much. That's why Frank Lampard's looking around for loan deals, already knocking on the door for Levi Colwell from us. I don't think so, Frank. You ain't getting him. So we'll see what happens with Everton next season. Besides that, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea, Watford, really good goal from Havertz, a nice tap-in. Kennedy ended up playing, and then obviously, just like every other time at home at Stamford Bridge, all the other teams, they tend to come back. Watford wasn't any different. They came back, but luckily enough, bad boy Ross Barkley put up the goal right at the end. I didn't get to watch the entire match, just saw the goals. Nice, lovely goals. And we ended up finishing the season. I'm going to do a proper video, probably a live stream later today, talk about the end of season review for Chelsea. Congratulations to Mason Mount for player of the season. I don't really think he deserved it, but then again, no one else really stood out. Probably Thiago Silva, in my perspective, was the most consistent, but even the defense started to falter at the end. So I guess Mount probably just in default. Yes, the stats show he played well, but overall, the team and even himself, I don't think they were electric. Yes, he carried the attack, no doubt. Mount had unbelievable, goal contributions and whatnot. But to win player of the season for Chelsea, when you look back some of the names in terms of Eden Hazard, Juan Mata, and all those guys, I don't think he had that caliber of a season. But it's like by default, there wasn't anyone absolutely standing out, and he was the one that picked it up. But kudos to him, back to back as well last season. So let's see what he can do next season. Let's see how much we can improve. Thomas Tuchel had some really good things to say, and as I said, I want to do a proper stream, video. We'll see what we want to do. Probably a stream. He's focused. There's no holiday for Thomas Tuchel. He wants to make sure that during this summer we are busy and we're getting things right. And then he seems like he's excited and determined to start the next season. You can see the desire, the burning desire. And so, as I said, I'll talk all about that very, very soon. Crystal Palace getting that victory against Man United. As I said, what a poor, pathetic season from Man United. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, incredible into the final day. Manchester City, 93 points. Liverpool, 92 points. What a unbelievable rivalry this is turning out to be. 1 point again. A couple of seasons ago, as you know, it was 1 point as well. Manchester City pipping them by 1 point. Liverpool would be... Jurgen Klopp will be absolutely cursing Pep Guardiola that why did you have to be in the same time as I'm the manager? Because Liverpool would have cleaned up. Really, Liverpool would have cleaned up. They would have won all this. The past 5 seasons, Liverpool would have made Premier League look like Farmers League because they would have won it if Man City was, not doing this, because no one else is getting close to any of those top dogs. As you can see, third, 74 points, miles behind Man City and Liverpool. Spurs, 71 points. Arsenal was 69. Man United, 58. West Ham, 56, getting Conference League. Leicester, not a good season from their standard, but then again, maybe is that their level, I suppose, looking at those teams. Brighton, very good season. Wolves had a decent season until probably the last 2 months where they just absolutely faltered. Maybe they just realized they're safe. And then they sort of relaxed down. Newcastle, what a story from, I think, the first team to be bottom of the table in December and then climbing out of there, or no wins up until December, and then climbing out of there. One of the better teams of this particular year in 2022, finishing off with 49 points. Incredible scenes. Everton and Leeds surviving. Ladies and gentlemen, what an unbelievable last day of Premier League it was. You let me know how you felt about that. As I said, we're going to do a live stream later today, either a live stream or a video, talk about Chelsea end of season review. Lots to ponder about, lots to discuss about. If you've enjoyed this, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Premier League, man. Best league in the world. Best league in the world.